Start Song of Unbridled out of the 650. Oxford Princess leads Isla Christina, 2.5 Lasting Faith inside Taishi. A length then to Pelicanos, Radiance of Apollo wide out from Lismore. Puzzle Book and Empress Air, and then Song of Unbridled further back. Beryl, Apo, Quality, Dana's Kingdom. At Absolute as they straighten up, Duchess Talaria setting sail for home. Oxford Princess taken on quickly by Isla Christina. 2.5 to Lasting Faith being called upon by little Luke Price, and then Pelicanos followed by Lismore and Radiance of Apollo, but Isla Christina whizzed away. And down to the 150, Isla Christina, 2.5. Lasting Faith can't win it. Lismore's in second, Posse, but Isla Christina's giving them a bath. Isla Christina easily from Lismore. Lasting Faith with Beryl. Beryl and Lasting Faith locked together for third, and then came Empress Air. Oh, Dana's Kingdom. Did I see her getting to the line? Well, keep her in the black book for something longer. Pelicanos weakened out of it. Then Taishi, Radiance of Apollo, followed by Puzzle Book, Apo, Quality, Oxford Princess, Duchess Talaria, and last out of the stalls and last home was Song of Unbridled.
Interesting to see if Beryl gets the photo for third or not, but the winner, Isla Christina. Joseph Pride, the trainer. Len Beasley registers a winning double, 3 ahead of 2. And we await third to be confirmed. As soon as that's through, we'll pass it along. 3 from 2. Isla Christina with the bandages on today, as mentioned in the gear report. 4 has got third, Beryl, and it's returned 270 for the place. Quinella, 56.30. 1 has run fourth. First 4 details, $1,837.80. So that is all confirmed. 3, 2, 4 and 1. Joseph Pride, the winning trainer. Now, thanks to Ian Craig at Rosehill. Jockeys are up at Eagle Farm. We have a value bet, and Corey Brown, the Group 1 bridesmaid this year with 10 Group 1 seconds this season, while Scott Galloway rides at stablemate Ambulance in the size produce.
Scott Ambulance, do you know how he's settled in since he's been in Brisbane?
Yeah, mate, he's done well. He settled in quite well, and his work's been good, so, you know, expect a good run today.
Scott, here at Eagle Farm, barrier 10 over 1400, is that an awkward alley?
It can be, you know, depending on the tempo of the race, but with the rail ride in, you know, they spread out a bit. I think his natural pattern is to get back a little bit, so we'll just probably let him find his feet and, you know, and then get him to the outside in the straight and let him work home.
Okay, what about Xana in the Oaks? How was her win at Doomben recently?
Yeah, it was a good win. She got over and got good cover in the race and got held up a little bit on the corner, and but once I got to the outside, she really sprinted quick that day and, you know, gathered up the leader quickly, and it was a good run, yeah, definitely.
Okay. Salgado for John Hawkes in the BTC Sprint or in the big sprint. I suppose the fact that the horse does like rain-affected going is a big factor there. Sir Dex is coming in half a point. Bushland's been supported. Picaday is a drifter. Sir Success is out half a point. In Top Swing is unwanted. He's out a point. Ambulance is at pretty healthy odds. Shamika we mentioned is rock solid. Rinky Dink 13.50 on the tote. Similar here and in 2 points. Here's an interesting variation. Windy Kate $6.40 on the TAB and about the second pick on the TAB. It's double figure odds here on track. Number 10, Windy Kate. Slice of Paradise is in a point, but double figures. Mag Sayers pretty solid at its opening quote. A couple of $10 on the tote, a couple of dollars better here on track. But as we return to the studio, Shamika and Bushland, horses 8 and 2 in that order, have been the best back runners for the QTC size as they arrive at the barrier.
Saddle adjustments for Picaday, correct weight Rosehill. We're back with a Group 1 side.
So Stewart's phoned through late here the fact that busking here will race with pacifiers and not blinkers. Best back runner's been Bushland here. And it's not surprising, he's been coming through the size and the champagne on rain-affected tracks in Sydney. So some of these others in Top Swing, Shamika's another one. Now this is a bit on the toe, this horse, isn't it? Busking, is it? The one that they're having trouble to get into the gates. Oh, the attendant's down on the ground. He's lost his footing on the greasy conditions, and this is putting on a very ordinary performance. The blinkers have been taken off and the pacifiers you can see there on. Lovely Jubbly won this race last year. Everyone thought she'd bolted at the 1,000 metres mark. Well, she did. She bolted away with the lead of 5 lengths and was able to win easily at the finish. So Breakfast had a chance, really, of getting her at the 200. Juanmo won the double the year before, the size TJ Smith double. Reenact 1 and 2,000. Gee, just having a look at some of the horses that have won this race. Dracula, El Mansour, Anthems, Shame, Arajan, the Great Mahogany, Slight Chance, Chortle, Flotilla, Zamoff, the Guida, that very good horse from New Zealand. So it's a good horses race, so it should be. It's a Group 1. And every time a funny thing, how things never leave you. What you see when you're a lot younger, the thing that I'll always remember about the Sires Produce Stakes at Eagle Farm is the day that Nebo Road was beaten at about 7 to 1 on by a bolter trained by Roy Dawson called Regal Adventure. Nebo Road had come off about a 4th or 5th, I think, in the Golden Slipper, and came up to here, and everyone thought it'd just be an exhibition gallop. He was a long odds on. He was something like 7 to 1 on, 8 to 1 on. Athol Mully rode him, and there was stunned silence when a little bay horse, I think he was, Regal Adventure, at any price, bowled over the great Nebo Road. Nebo Road then went back to Melbourne the following autumn. I think he won the Newmarket. So he was a great horse. So anything can happen in the Sires Produce Stakes. So just because you're 8 to 1 on doesn't mean to say you're over the line. Now here's Sir Dex coming forward. Windy Kate about to move up, and Slice of Paradise is about to come in. Sir Success is standing up well. So is Bushland and Ambulance. Bushland in the cerise, Ambulance with the black with the cerise cap. Slice of Paradise goes in. We're ready to go now. All set to run. Stand by for a start as the sun starts to come through. They're all set. Busking has settled down okay. Bill Shuck about to release the Sires field. Now we're right. And they're off and racing in top swing to the inside. The first to go, and Shamika began in a big hurry and found the lead in the early part. Mag Sayers going quickly, and so too is Sammy Sequalo and Sir Success, and there's a lot of speed on going to the first corner. Sammy Sequalo leads Mag Sayer. Shamika gets to third. Picaday goes to fourth. In top swing's going to settle fifth on the inside. Then came Bushland, followed by Rinky Dink. Busking is getting back worse than midfield on the inside of Ambulance, and out wide on the track then as they came down the side was Sir Dex. Celadon's a long way back, and then Windy Kate and Slice of Paradise is 3 deep and last. 700 metres to go. Sammy Sequalo the leader. Piccaday's deep from Mag Sayer. Sir Success fourth on the inside. Shamika's back to fifth. Bushland races sixth, and in top swings on the inside. Sir Dex goes around them from Rinky Dink. Windy Kate's called upon. Busking and Celadon and Slice of Paradise to the extreme outside. In the straight, 400 to go. Sammy Sequalo tackled by Mag Sayer. Piccaday, Bushland, Sir Success closer to the inside within top swing, and Sir Dex and Slice of Paradise, many with a chance. Sir Dex and Bushland on the outside have gone up with Mag Sayer. Sir Dex on the outside and Bushland have taken the lead. Ambulance is late. Ambulance after Sir Dex. Ambulance and Sir Dex, and Ambulance got up and beat Sir Dex in the Sires. Bushland's third. Fourth might be Windy Kate. Just in front of Mag Sayer, Slice of Paradise, Sammy Sequalo, Rinky Dink. And then came Busking, Piccaday, Sir Success. In top swing, Shamika has run next to last, and last home in the race is Celadon. Ambulance has come from nowhere. He's come from nowhere, Ambulance, ridden by Scott Galloway. And as the rain, I said they're going to jump in sunshine. Well, they did. Sunshine plus a heavy shower. And Ambulance has come from near last on the home turn. Sir Dex had the race won. He grabbed the lead, Sir Dex. Bushland couldn't go with Sir Dex. And then Ambulance. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. Gee, John Hawkes and Scott Galloway, they seem to be a very, very good combination. They win a lot of races. Now, the winner is number 6, and that is Ambulance. 1 second, Sir Dex. 2 third, Bushland.
Well, for plenty of us who might have backed the wrong stable, mate, John Hawkes, you've turned out a nice winner with Ambulance. No doubt tuning in on Sky from Sir Dex and Bushland. Here's Matt Browning.
I've got Michael Hawkes with me, who looks after the Brisbane team for John Hawkes. Congratulations. How long have you thought this horse was a size produce type?
Look, Matty hasn't been with me long, and, you know, probably all credit goes to the Melbourne stable, and, you know, he's just done fabulous since he's been here, and it's been great.
Were you worried about the track condition? I know you told me earlier today that you knew Bushland would handle it, but what were you thinking? I mean, there's a pretty heavy shower of rain falling at the moment now too.
Yeah, look, he hasn't really been tried on sort of this way of going or the ground, but, you know, ground lodges usually get it. So, no, it's been a great effort, and he's fought on well.
And finally, will he go on to the TJ Smith Stakes over a mile now?
He will. He'll go into the TJ now. Both of them will.
And he'll get the trip?
I think so, yeah. He's won over the mile in Flemington, so, you know, it'll be good.
Congratulations, Michael.
Thanks, Matt.
And Michael Hawkes there with Ambulance taking out the QTC size produce stakes. And Brendan, I think this puts the Hawkes stable in front in terms of the Group 1 tally for the year. They go to 11 now, ahead of Gay Waterhouse, who's trained 10 Group 1 winners this season. Larry Olsen joins me, and that was a fine performance. There was some speed on in that race.
Yes, it was, Matt. And
Lights flash, race 5 from Moonee Valley. Southern Sun, the inside, a little movement, might be Kalnira. All clear. They're set and racing now. And Legend of Ace a little slow to move, and first out is Participate. The Little Tacker and Kalnira got out of the stalls very quickly, and then St Christoph and Dandy Kid's driving through the bunch as they settle fully by the 1,000 metres. Dandy Kid goes to the lead now ahead of Kalnira. Participate a length and a half away third. The Little Tacker is outside him, and then Spring Warrior. St Christoph on the rails next around that turn, and they're followed by Greek Adonis. Out wider was Rustic Mist, and 2 lengths away Southern Sun, and then Pompous and Legend of Ace back last of all as they came up the side. Dandy Kid the leader, but only narrowly from Kalnira the outside, and the Little Tacker is 3 deep. A length and a half Participate, who's running fourth on the rails from Spring Warrior. St Christoph between horses, and then Greek Adonis, Rustic Mist, Southern Sun, Pompous and Legend of Ace. Dandy Kid coming up towards the turn, leading about a neck to Kalnira, who's under pressure, and on the outside is the Little Tacker. Spring Warrior's running on, and Rustic Miss right around the outsiders, making ground quickly as they cornered. It's Dandy Kid headed by the Little Tacker. Rustic Mist, Pompous from well back down the outside. Spring Warrior putting in a run. It's Pompous and Legend of Ace who are coming down the outside to go to the lead together. Pompous and Legend of Ace, they're coming to the line, and Pompous has won it from Legend of Ace. The Little Tacker a length and a half away third. Then Greek Adonis, Rustic Miss, Kalnira, Spring Warrior, followed in by St Christoph. Dandy Kid folded right up in the straight, trailed by Southern Sun and Participate last to go over the line. Pompous has come from a mile back to win, ridden by Matt Pumper for Tony McAvoy.
Blowout result with Pompous. The gear change taking good effect there. They've added pacifiers from the Tony McAvoy yard, and a huge run, Legend of Ace. Mark Zara 11.90, 2.64 the third. 11, 7 and 8, fourth to be confirmed. And Tony McAvoy. So back-to-back blowouts for punters. So 11, 7, 8, just fourth to be confirmed. Eagle Farm, correct weight is now there on 6.12, 10 and 12 dead heating for fourth. They've run 123.6 at Eagle Farm, short head 1 1/4, 1 3/4. So just fourth to be confirmed at Moonee Valley. That is the second leg of the quaddie, and it's gone the way of number 11 again. So 11s have won the first 2 legs. 11 won't be winning the third leg. Visage is a scratching. Just fourth to be confirmed. Famous set of colours to the...
Here I'm taking a chance on him. He's had the 2 runs back from a break now. He's a horse that's used to carrying very big weights, which he has.
And mobile phones. And Belmont card coverage kicking off with race number 5 today. The Group 1 Oaks, the Jewel, ahead of Jamila and Zana. And then Krianka 1 from 4 and 5, then number 2. Tony McAvoy's debut Group 1 victory was in fact a Quinella. And he sends them around again, La Rocha and Jamila.
Tony, let's talk about the South Australian Oaks. Sound Action was the short price favourite for that, odds on. Did your fillies surprise you? They ran first and second.
Oh, it didn't surprise me, no, not at all. I mean, coming into the race, it didn't look like we could beat the favourite, but this is horse racing, of course, isn't it? So you know, Sound Action over-raced a little bit that day, led, which was a little bit out of character probably, and our fillies had well, one of my fillies, La Rocha, had a beautiful run and won the race, and Jamila ran on very strongly.
When did you make the decision to bring the fillies here? Were they always, you know, on the float to or on the plane to Brisbane?
It was always considered, of course. I mean, this is the last time these fillies are protected against their own sex and at level weights. So it was always considered to come here, and I was just thrilled that their form was good enough to continue on.
12 and 15. You certainly got the visitors' draw.
Yeah, I thought people up here in Brisbane were a bit nicer than that, but anyway. You know, look, we've got 1.5 miles. I mean, barriers are very important, but I'm lucky enough to have very good jockeys, and the fillies are very fit, so we're hoping to have a bit of luck.
Be good to win another Group 1?
Oh, it'd be outstanding. Be very good. Thanks.
All the monkeys off the back now, Tony. It's all onwards and upwards for the latest mentor behind Lindsay Park as they move into line Rosehill. Feature race on the card, the McKell Cup. It's the second leg of the quaddie. Just for your information, there has been a heavy deluge at the Gold Coast, and the remainder of the meeting has been abandoned. The track was already heavy, and that big deluge of rain forced the abandonment of the rest of the card. Rosehill race number 6, value bet on here as we rejoin Ian Craig.
And the favourite in this on the tote in New South Wales in a very open affair is number 4, and that is Dance Director at $6.40. And Dance Director is favourite in the ring, about a half point shorter than Silent Impact, and a further half point to Majestically, about 1.5 points to Lister Bell, and jointly Coruscant. Little late money for Coruscant, a little. Righto, only about 4 to move in, so repeating the favourite here in a wide market is 4 Dance Director, who ran second in this race last year, beaten by Ware Dancing. And another of this year's candidates, Majestically, ran second in 2001 behind Touch the Groom. Previous race here, Len Beasley notched up a double with Isla Christina number 3, beating 2 Lismore and 4 Beryl, 1 4th. Other winners, Fiery Venture, Len Beasley, St Jesse, George Scamone, Pont du Gard, Brent Stanley, Classy Day and won the first, Mitchell Bell. Now they're all set. Main distance race of the day, the Manildra W.J. McKell Cup over the 2,400 metres. Bello Senor the outside runner, Floria the inside, and they're off. Floria best out, commencing nicely, Terrific Taurus. Not far away in the early stages, Jacko. Coruscant improving with Ruski and Kerouac. Bello Senor very wide out, and then here's Ronnie as they come along towards the 100 metres. And the leader is Floria. Floria opens up 1.5 lengths to 2 lengths, Jacko. Third, Kerouac. Bello Senor's next, followed by Coruscant inside Ruski. Here's Ronnie making a line of 3-2, Terrific Taurus over racing from Silent Impact on its outside. Via Sinai the rails, then Majestic. A good way back then to Lister Bell. Second last Dance Director, 1.5 to Daniel. Over the crossing at the 1,800 metres, and Floria leads. About 2 lengths on Jacko. Similar margin. Third is Kerouac, followed by Bello Senor. Coruscant is galloping 5th on the inside of Ruski. A length further back, here's Ronnie trapped on a limb from Via Sinai. Silent Impact wide, then Terrific Taurus. About 1.5 lengths then coming Majestically. Some 3 or 4 to Lister Bell. 2 Dance Director, 1/2 to Daniel over on the fence. 1,400 out on the McKell Cup to the back of the track, and Floria shows the way clearly from Jacko. Third is Kerouac, followed by Bello Senor. Then comes Ears Ronnie, Coruscant on the rail. In the centre next is Ruski, and wider Silent Impact. 1.5 lengths then coming Via Sinai on the inside of Majestically, who's being eased away from the rails. Another 2.5 then to Terrific Taurus, who's got to Lister Bell on its inside. Dance Director second last, and Daniel whips them in. Going along past the 950, and there's no change in the order whatsoever, and Floria out 2.5 lengths, Jacko. Kerouac the inside, then Bello Senor. Here's Ronnie's on the outside of Coruscant, then Silent Impact Via Sinai Majestically being pushed along, and about 4 to Ruski, who's had enough, and then to Lister Bell hard at it. Dance Director's got 2 behind him, Terrific Taurus and Daniel. They run along to the 600, and Floria 3 Bello Senor going after the leader. Jacko struggling. Silent Impact is making some headway. By golly, some of these are tired. Kerouac is one of them, and then here's Ronnie as they come into the straight, and Floria 2 lengths Bello Senor. Silent Impact is grinding away nicely, and then Majestically likewise closer to the inside. They've got 250 to run on the McKell Cup. Majestically getting up on the inside, and Silent Impact the outside. They beat off Floria, then Bello Senor and Via Sinai, but it's Majestically just the leader from Silent Impact and Via Sinai. Majestically tired. Silent Impact is coming again. Silent Impact, I reckon, Oh, boy, it's close. Silent Impact to the naked eye. Majestically the inside, and I tell you what, Via Sinai wide out's not very far away either. Followed home by Bello Senor, and then came at the head of the others. Here's Ronnie, Dance Director, Danyan, Talistabel, Floria. Over on the inside and near enough to up next, Terrific Taurus, and then Kerouac, Jacko, Coruscant, and tailed right off was Ruski. Photo finish called for here. Silent Impact has come out majestically, and the two of them have hit it locked together. Silent Impact. I'm just looking for, yep, Silent Impact.
Yeah, it looks as though the Matt Paget ride has collected the cash for Stephen Hodge at Broadmeadow. Silent Impact number 3. And it has collected the cash. Now, second and third, we'll await that to be confirmed. It does look to be Majestically on the inside and Via Sinai on the outside. So it is across the line 3, 1, 9. Dividends are about to come through. So 3, 1, 9. 6 has run fourth. First 4, $9,805.10 after a thrilling McKell Cup. And we're on the countdown now to the Queensland Oaks. Back at Eagle Farm, let's head trackside and hear from John Powell about the chances of Crianxa.
Crianxa, she's really gone through the ranks very quickly. Can she be some sort of danger to the Jewel today?
Way with it, so you know she's going to be there in front with 100 to go. It's just whether the Jewel gets out and gets chasing her, but she's got a big chance to win.
That track conditions
on the Derby, and if she doesn't, we'll just go home.
Hope she runs a terrific race for you, Hector.
Thank you, and so do I.
Okay, she's all of the rage, the Jewel, but Matt reporting that it's not quite in the red though on course, but the very firm elect 185 and 10, the late male. 8 Penny Gem producing a good run most recent start. Xana a win a couple of runs back, and Figurative, who's been racing very, very consistently. Runners about to be called forward. Rosehill 3, 1, 9 and 6. Across the line that is confirmed. And first fours, New South Wales 9,805.10, Unitab 5,426. This is the third leg of the quaddie. It's a Unitab and New South Wales first four. First of the runners goes forward for the Oaks. Start time is about 5 seconds off.
And they will run just a tad late here. For the Joe Richards Menswear Queensland Oaks, 2,400 metres the distance. Won last year by Monmeki. And the year before that, Ethereal. Xana's coming up. In fact, if you look at the last 10 years or so, there's some good horses won this race. Arctic Scent and Ethereal both went on to win Caulfield Cups. Slight Chance won in 93, then Bourgeois Denise, Arctic Scent, Crystal Palace, Zashaline, Miss Danehill, Giovanna, Ethereal and Monmeki. There's been some pretty good horses win the Oaks over the years. 2,400 metres the trip. A lot of people lost their confidence downstairs, the punters, with these horses coming home at good odds today, and sometimes even with horses like the Jewel on days where the favourites just aren't winning, it does zip your confidence or zap your confidence a little bit. Anyway, the Jewel has gone up into the starting gates. I'm sure Greg Childs will take all possible measures here. Great rider, Greg Childs, ridden a lot of winners. Penny Gem, I notice, has the blanket on. I thought it's run the other day behind the Jewel and the Roses. Was good performance, Penny Gem. She does give you the impression she will run the trip out, but whether how some of these handle this track here today, I guess, is questionable. Now, Senorita Peter to come up to an outside gate. It started from the outside alley here at Eagle Farm last Wednesday and was very impressive in a middle distance win. Up in class here today, but you think it'll run the trip out. Now they're all in. Penny Gem is settled. Natural Thunder is standing up with Los Gatos, Great Anna, Xana. The Jewel is standing well. Races in that bright pink cap, the Jewel in the middle of the line. Actually starts barrier 10. They're set. Already. The Jewel, and they're racing. And the duel began fairly well in the middle of the line. Crianza from one inside. It was actually the first to go, and the riders searching for the lead. And Senorita Peter's going to pull very hard coming down the outside, and so is Figurative. And Lei Fong and Great Anna aren't far away. When they get to the winning post the first time, Crianza goes to the lead. Senorita Peter second. Great Anna third on the inside. Figurative fourth, and then comes Lei Fong in fifth position. Over next on the outside, Zagalia. Xana's on the rails, and then came Penny Gem, more prominently placed today from Natural Thunder. Then comes the duel, worse than midfield. Fuji Bell's on the rail. La Rocha gets back on the field, followed by Domiel, and then comes Los Gatos and Remy Lane and Jamila last of all. They're out to the 1600 metres mark, and Crianza making every post a winner. Led by three to Figurative, a length away to Great Anna, third on the fence, and Senorita Peter fourth. Another three to Lei Fong, one Zagalia, followed by Xana on the inside of Natural Thunder. Penny Gems between that pair, one to the duel. It's one off the fence, just going along at its own leisure, followed by Fuji Bell. Further back on the field, then came La Rocha, then came Domiel. A long way back on the field, then towards the rear came Jamil, in company with Remy Lane and Los Gatos as last of all. Crianza dashed away. They've completed half the trip inside the 1200, and Crianza to the top corner here, led by 6 lengths. Figurative is second, Great Anna third. Senorita Peter sits fourth the outside. 3 to Lei Fong, followed then by Zagalia, Natural Thunder, Penny Gem and Xana. On the outside, the duel's been asked to go forward now, and then comes behind those La Rocha, followed on the fence Fuji Bell, followed by Domiel, Remy Lane, and a long way back came Jamila as they came down the side of the track, and Los Gatos is last. 600 to go. Crianza's going to make them catch. It's out by 6 lengths. Senorita Peter second. On the outside, Zagalia, and here comes the duel. Childs has called upon it for the effort. It's to come to the outside. Crianza led past the 400, out by 5. Zagalia's running home. Senorita Peter, the duel, and Penny Gems making good ground. Crianza's getting tied. Zagalia's grabbed it, and the duel and Penny Gem are trying to go with Zagalia. Zagalia ran out. The duel trying to get to it from Penny Gem. Zagalia still the leader. It's running the duel off the track. Oh, Penny Gem's got through on the fence. Zagalia's in front from the duel. Zagalia wins from the duel, but I'm sure there'll be a protest. Penny Gem's run third. Fourth home in the race was Domiel, and then behind those came La Rocha, Jamila, followed by Senorita Peter, Fuji Bell, Crianza, Figurative, Los Gatos, Natural Thunder, Fei Long, Great Anna, Remy Lane. Xana's pulled up at the tail of the field. Zagalia is first over the line, but I'll bet my bottom dollar there will be an objection. It'd have to protest, Childs. It'd have to protest, I'd think. Zagalia, we'll give her the dividends first. $29.90 and $6, Zagalia. From where it started to where it's finished, I'd say there's no risk. Childs will have to protest. Whether he gets it or not, that's up to the stewards to decide. I just don't know if we've got time to just look back, Mr. Director, from about the 400 onwards and just try and plot the course that these two horses have taken, namely Zagalia and the duel. Now, as they come around the turn now, there's Zagalia in the blue and white. Now, the duel's behind it with the pink cap. Now, Child with the breastplate. Zagalia, see, Munson's got the whip in the right hand. Now, the horse appears to shift about here. There's a shift. The duel can't get, and the duel has another go here, and out comes Zagalia again. Oh, this is going to be touchy. This is going to be touchy. Now, by the time Child had straightened up the duel and had to stop riding, Zagalia's momentum had sort of taken it to the line.
Al, that's another Group 1 across the line first for Clary Connors, Matt Browning, this season.
Yes, Clary Connors, congratulations. She's run about a bit in the home straight. Are you a little bit concerned about that, Clary?
A bit concerned, actually. I think when the other horse was coming up to was a length off her, when she did cut it in front of it, she's beat it done up the margin, I say length and 3/4, going away at the finish. When she did duck out, he straightened it. You know, I think he's done everything